I want to wrap in what are some practical things that we do to move toward wholeness in our femininity, in our understanding of God as feminine, in our wholeness journeys. I love conversations like this that are intellectually stimulating and that bring my heart into it. But there's an element of like, now what do I do? Like, what is a practical next step? Like, how do I not just get my neurons firing right now that this is really fun and exciting and amazing, but how do I actually build neural pathways for there to be change that takes place in my life, in my family, in, my relationships? So can you maybe give us 3 to 5 very practical next steps, 3 next steps or 3 options?
I'm going to give you 3. First, practice centering prayer. Your neurology physiologically changes when you contemplate a benevolent God, when you contemplate the goodness of God. I can go read how God changes your brain. Okay?
Yeah.
So first, if you want to become a new creation, seems like Jesus knew something about this. If you want to be born again, if you would like to have a new brain structure, please go listen to contemplate the goodness of God. Go read how God changes your brain, or I can help you with that. So 1, change your neural pathways. Okay. There's so much research on how to do that. 2,
by the way, in our coaching groups, every single time we gather together, we do a centering exercise. It's not always centering. It's not centering prayer per se, but it is a centering exercise to reorient ourselves in our body. It's essential.
You can go dance naked in the woods. I don't care. I need you to change your brain structure.
Okay, great.
It seems like Jesus knew something about becoming a new creation, right? There's something to that. Who knew? It has nothing to do with holding on a certain doctrinal belief system. Second, bring your femininity with you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you own your femininity. You own your sexiness. Yeah. You get your titties out. You be all of who you are in every space you walk into unapologetically. And here's the key. No one gets to tell you what your femininity looks like. No one. You and you alone get to say what it means to you to be feminine. And you own that. Third, trust your voice. Bring your voice with you. Learn what gaslighting is and how to speak to it.
I wrote yesterday to someone that, learning or relearning to trust our gut is so very important, even then being able to trust your voice, right? Like it begins internal and then becomes external. But trusting your gut is essential because you're even on a physiological level, your gut has the second highest amount of nerve endings in your entire body. So there's something physically happening inside of you when you're like, I have a gut instinct. Something is not right here. This doesn't feel right. That doesn't sound right. That didn't feel it, whatever. Like your gut, there are nerve endings in your body that are alerting you to pay attention to it. And then once you bring that awareness, you're able to actually speak it in a way that is going to both bring dignity to yourself, dignity to others. So practice centering prayer, bring your femininity wherever you go, trust your voice.